Hi folks, I'm just here on this page, International Monetary Fund, a speech by Christopher, probably a man, Lagarde, who is head of this IMF thing that they've dreamt up. So the IMF is really active now. On the 16th of February, and this is dated the 28th of February, Lagarde was in Israel with Netanyahu as like a guest of honour, and what they were saying there is that, you know, Israel is going to lead all of the cyber startups, and this speech is saying that the banking needs a tighter fintech security because City of London is the fintech capital. So because of Brexit and all this other stuff, a lot of the companies are saying that they're going to pull out of London, or they're not going to pull out of London, or this or that, which is all by the way. But I was just reading on the actuaries website, the Actuarial, I think it's called, that there's a big massive vote on April the 6th, some days after Brexit, involving all of the workers' pensions around the world, or around UK, which basically is the world, because all of the insurance brokerage companies, as we'll see in a second in this talk, are all based in London. And like, because of the globalist interconnectedness, of global banking, then we find that there are central hubs: New York, London, Beijing's going to be the next one. The other big one is Paris, for different reasons, but basically the money shop is London. So this is as prepared for delivery. So she's saying hello to everyone. I'm honoured to have been invited to deliver the Tacitus lecture in this magnificent Guildhall. I'm also fortunate to be among so many friends, including former colleagues, who know that I have a weakness for good stories. So she's only been on there a minute, and she goes, so let me start with a Hollywood story, which isn't a Hollywood story at all. As you may know, Disney was recently faced with the challenge of creating a sequel to the original Mary Poppins movie, which has delighted children and adults for more than half a century. So the producers of the new film recreated the magical nanny. Now she's talking about high-level banking here. She's head of the IMF, and she's talking about Mary Poppins, the new movie made at Hollywood. Well, obviously it's been found that Jews control Hollywood, as they control banking, as they control all of the wars. So why is this non-Jew, this Shabbos Goy, probably a man, or was a man, or whatever it is, thing, is talking about, well, she's using it metaphorically, obviously. So let's delve into the holes and the gaps that, that she likes to miss to suit her agenda. So the producers of the new film recreated the magical nanny from P.L. Traverse's books. So it's not a Hollywood thing, is it? It's from P.L. Traverse, from the books. But they also featured a new cast of characters, included a villain who could give everybody a good scare. That villain, yes, you guessed it, is a slick banker who is cheating his way to fortune. Well, that's been found to be correct. That's what the bankers have done most recently. That's what the whole problem is. She's trying to buoy it up, and we'll go on. So she says, of course the villain is defeated with a touch of magic. So here is the question: why is the banker the villain? After all, a healthy economy requires a healthy financial sector that is at the service of people as they pursue better lives for themselves and their children. Well, there's the LIBOR scandal, which goes back to 1983, which involves literally every transaction that any bank anywhere in the world has made going through the London interest thing, what's it called, the rate, the interest bearing rate. You know, someone wants to take a loan out, so they'll put it in the books on that day, and it gets checked against the like the every day. All of the information from all of the banks around the world goes to the London interest rate setting, and from there, that's where you get the, you know, the interest rate for the bank, not for you as a loanee, because you're not actually ever loaning anything. Remember, the bank is the one who's actually getting charged, and that's what LIBOR, LIBOR, is evidence of. All you're getting charged is for the private contractual concern dealing with the power of attorney when you come to your mortgage, your car loans, your shop loans, all of your loans. They're all, you're paying for the power of attorney fees. That's what you're paying for, because all banks, as with every corporation, are accountants and lawyers, and like the legal aspect. You go and have a look on Companies House or whichever country you're in, and you have a look at the public information from the government's own website, you know, when it comes to registered corporations, and all of the documents are all signed by legal firms. None of them are signed by the companies, because the companies literally don't exist. This is a big flim-flam. So here is the question: why is the banker the villain? After all, a healthy economy requires a healthy financial sector. Well, I agree with that, it does, but not how she's leading to say it. You might call it the everyday magic of finance, she says, helping families buy a home. Buy a home? You mean buy a loan to buy a home, which never belongs to you, because they will kick your door in and throw you out, you know, if you miss 10 pence or, you know, $1, 10 cents, whatever, on whatever money you're using. They will beat your door in and sell your house, and usually within their own little group. So yeah, everyday magic of finance, right? So it helps you save for retirement. Well, save for retirement, what they've done is they've basically taken all of the money, pooled it into these massive slush funds that they've sent to China, and that's how China went from being a total nobody. Like, you go back to the 1980s, 1990s, and then suddenly China is the big superpower with all the money building cities left, right and centre. Well, where did all that money come from? Well, it came from all of the pension schemes. And again, that's what this vote, what the actuaries are having on April the 6th, is all about. Everyone's waking up to all this. So these idiots have got what's it called, polish that turd. So helping businesses raise capital to support growth and employment, yeah, all within a fixed environment anyway, and helping ordinary people manage risks and prepare for a rainy day. Oh my God. This is what most financial professionals do every day with dedication and a sense of pride. And yet, despite these good aspects, they were the good aspects, the caricature of the bad banker has resonated with audience since the dawn of civilization, and its latest version, seen by millions of children around the world, is telling us something about the deeply felt sense of unease about the role of finance in today's world. Well, I haven't seen this new Mary Poppins movie, but I'd suggest that subliminally it won't be telling the children that. It will be making some insidious backdoor entry into the kids' minds to, suggest that it's a better alternative to be a single mother, or become a man if you're a girl and become a girl if you're a man, or be gay or have no children. Yeah, the caricature may be on the surface, but it's below the surface. That's where the hypnosis works. And this is what this one's all about, because they do love to put on that public face of benevolence and sincerity and integrity and honesty. That's exactly what a sly banker would do, and that's exactly what this one is. She's a lawyer and works at the IMF, so she can't be bad at what she does. And, you know, look at the state of the place, and she's literally dead active, right now. So I'd suggest people, you know, start looking into what she's been up to, what she's saying, like start connecting the dots on what this idiot is coming out with, because she is one dangerous idiot, this one, and she's the mouthpiece for Israel and the Jew. So, and yet, despite these good aspects, and its latest version seen by millions of children, we read that. So it does not take magic to trace much of this most recent frustration back to the global financial crisis, which has left painful economic and psychological scars on millions of people. We know also that many people are angry about the steady drip of financial scandals and misconduct that have occurred all over the world. Well, there's a video on YouTube of a